I don't like most cops. I'm a mofo to most cops. Because what happens is I walk up to film, and then they'll tell me the directive, and I'm a constitutional law scholar.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm standing on a public sidewalk, and they'll say something to me, and I'm like, I'm on a public sidewalk. You can't tell me to move my feet 1 inch. If you need to put up crime tape, or I'm in the middle of a crime scene, then put up the tape. But if not, you're telling me to move like my dad.
And that's where the problem starts.
Right, because you can't call yourself a constitutional law scholar and not be one. Because people are going to say, well, what do you know? And then you have to teach them what you know. You can't say you're a marksman with that gun, and then I go, oh, really? Let's go to the range. And then you're like,
I'm missing everything.
right. We are in Los Angeles, California, right around Christmas time here. Oh man, is she okay, by the way?
Yeah, she's all right, but she's gonna get transported.
I don't like to shoot victims or people who have like OD'd, or you know what I'm saying, who are going through a bad time.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There's something going on over here. There's a scene going on. If you're not driving,
what?
so it's a step-by-step tutorial. If you're not driving a car, what you do, the cops interact with you. So step 1 says you invoke your First Amendment right. A second, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Third, if he tells you to get out of the car, he believes you're armed and dangerous. If the cop says get out of the car, that's Maryland versus Wilson. They believe you're armed and dangerous. You have to get out of the car and put your hands up and say, I don't consent to searches and seizures. If the cop says to you that you have to give him ID when he has reasonable articulable suspicion, in stop and ID stage, you have to state, I identify as a good citizen.
So like a Terry stop, Terry versus Ohio.
No, yes, exactly, right. So, but you have to have legitimate RAS.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna stop you until you give it to me right now.
So like for example, if there's an alarm going off here, and you run up and say, hey, let me see some ID, then you have legitimate, reasonable, articulable suspicion. But without probable cause, I still don't have to give you my identification. You may choose to arrest me.
For what?
Because the alarm's going off and I'm not going to give ID, and you're like, you know what, I'm reasonably suspicious that you're the thief.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you're like, I'm going to...
Which a normal person would probably assume, right?
Yeah.
It's safe to say.
Well, I mean, that's the whole probable cause standard. That's the whole Terry versus Ohio or probable cause. Which one are we going to use?
With 6, cop says, let me talk, don't interrupt me. Huh? What's up with that one?
So if the cop says, let me talk, don't interrupt me, that's going to be Houston versus Hill, 1987.
What are you supposed to say at that point? It's your right to interrupt the police?
It's my right to interrupt. It's my God-given right to interrupt, not just my right to interrupt.
Isn't that just like normal conversation?
There's a time and place, like, you know, I mean, there's a time to be heated and there's a time to just be cordial with each other.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like right now, we're just talking.
Right. Like my whole thing is I just want to use my rights.
You made Discord though. You did?
Yeah. I just want to use my rights. That's all I want. So the thing is there's such a gap between us. It's us versus them now. I mean, that's how it is with a lot of police in America. It's just really a big gap and people are hostile. You know what I mean? And so instead of you getting mad, don't get mad at the cop. Follow the 1 through 6 script.
You came up with these?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
As long as you're not in the way of whatever we were doing, you're allowed to do whatever, say whatever you want. Right? That's your right.
What made you sign up to be a copper?
I wanted to. It's something I wanted to do.
How
my
long?
own personal reason.
Do you want to tell me?
No, it's my own personal reason.
But do you like it now?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
So
do we have a bad rap? Absolutely. But that's anything, right?
It's not the rap you have. It's the policies, procedures, and protocols.
Yeah. But if you're doing your job right, that shouldn't matter to you, right? Because policies are there to obviously make sure that we do things right. And if you're doing things right, following a policy wouldn't be bad. Isn't hard.
No, that's incorrect. What's your name anyway?
Barrios.
Barrios?
Yeah.
Chille.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Chille?
Chillito. Me llamo Jose Maria DeCastro, pero in Estados Unidos it's Chille. I got called Chille as a small kid. No, Barrios, you're not seeing the full picture.
What do you mean? What's the full picture?
On your belt, I imagine that you have a pair of what you call handcuffs. In the world that I live in, we call them torture cuffs.
Damn.
You have to follow a set of policies, procedures, and protocols that say that you use those handcuffs on us, right? But the truth is that they torture us. It's torturous. And the truth also is that 90% of us, if you say, hey, look, you did a hit and run, you have to come with me, I'll go with you. I will not fight you. I won't. And with the camera system now, you could say, hey, look, bro, you got called in a hit and run. There's a dent on your car. You got to come to the station with me. 90% of us will go, okay, but what's your policy? Your policy is that I have to be detained. And what does detainment mean? Detainment means I go in those torture cuffs.
Not necessarily.
Well, tell me when you can take.
To be detained.
So that's not your policy that you don't have. You don't the torture cuffs. You don't have to detain me with the torture cuffs. So for example, if I back my car into someone and I hit their car and I have to go to jail for that, it's arrestable.
Why would you come out? Why would you go to jail for hitting a car and then
It just happened.
information?
It just happened to my cousin in Arizona. He backed into another lady. They both dinged. It was like mutual. I don't know. There was a particular insurance term. My cousin told her what it was, and then he left. Well, she called the cops and gave him her plate number, and he thought it was like a mutual thing. And then the cops showed up and arrested him at his front door, in front of his kids.
Damn.
So like, what I'm saying is like,
But we're in California. That won't. Everything's a citable thing right now, right?
Everything's what?
Citable.
Citable?
So everything gets cited out.
Oh, will you give me a ticket? Yeah, but
You've seen that. You've read about that. Of course you've read about that, right? You're up to date on all that.
Tell me, educate me. People are gonna watch it. Tell me.
Things get cited out now, right?
A lot of things get cited out. There's more citing out than arresting now.
Yeah. That's the new bail schedule that we have. So that what we follow.
Bail schedule? How long?
So a lot of things get cited out now. So a lot of things are misdemeanors now, right? Misdemeanors. Some get taken to jail. Not all of them do, but majority get cited out.
Right. I believe if we changed a few of the policies, that it would be a more humane system where we wouldn't have such a confrontational relationship when things are sticky and the cops show up often. It becomes really tumultuous and harsh and difficult and brutal.
I think every situation is obviously different, right? You walking up to me could have been.
Yeah,
hey,
I could have walked up
from me right now, right?
Right. Yeah, you could have said that. You could, as soon as I walked up, hey man, what's going on? You could have said, get the flock away from me.
Like everything,
Officer
right?
safety. You're standing too close to me.
That come up to us with cameras, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times they're the ones that are being negative, right? They're the ones with the name calling, not so much us. Right?
I've been on both sides
exactly.
of that.
So
I've been on.
done that, and I didn't. Obviously,
yeah.
I understand. You're allowed to film. You're allowed to do whatever. You're allowed to ask me what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Of course. We have nothing to hide out here. That's why I said just let me finish my call.
Yeah.
We have victims, right? So that's our job. Make sure that they're okay. Make sure. That
and I'm not. You saw me, dude. I put my cameras down. I don't film
that's
people.
What I'm saying. That's why I'm here talking to you.
I don't film people who are going through distress. I'm not
talking to you, right? Because you were cool about it. So
like I'm
not
scholar.
gonna be a douchebag and just walk away.
I have a pretty big following. And I want you to understand that the policies, procedures, and protocols you were taught to do are so brutal. You know, putting people on their belly, making them try to lay on their belly, like trying to get my arms behind my back when I'm scared. People naturally clinch up into a ball. You see people go in a fetal position when they're really scared. The cuffs are horrible, and then the jail system is I mean, have you been?
Yeah, I work in the jails.
Oh, dude, how?
A lot of them. The majority of us work in the jails and then go out.
Oh, you start in the jails?
I did.
Damn. People see him on camera, they're gonna say this is good-natured. Good.
I'm an asshole.
No, listen.
Like I told you, some interactions could have probably sparked up like that, and I'm pretty sure you've had them before.
I've had both where I'm the asshole behind the camera and where I come up and they're the asshole and I'm just trying to film them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to. This is what I do. I film cops.
You do, right?
You see, I have no.
You have an Instagram and stuff, so at least I can see.
Oh, you can watch my channel called Delete Lawz.
Delete Lawz?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got about 400,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube.
I used to watch that.
It's
I don't know their names verbatim. Which one?
There's big ones like San Joaquin Valley Transparency was big in California, and Lackluster's
one. Like San Gabriel or something?
San Joaquin Valley Transparency. SVG.
There was another one. He used to be out in South LA, Lennox, and all that. What was his name? I remember growing up, I used to watch that.
Really?
Yeah, he used to be on a bike. I forgot it.
Oh yeah, you're talking about not Jeff Gray. You're talking about Zebra, Tom Zebra.
Yeah.
His name's Tom Zebra.
I remember Zebra.
Us activists, we see like the worst.
Yeah.
Like we watch. Remember? Oh, it's all units. What in La Cienega?
La Cienega. There was a call out there.
Yeah. We see the worst of it. So there's some days, man, where I just have such a hard time with this system.
Are you normally out here, or where are you?
I'm in LA and I'm in Vegas and I'm in Texas, and I go where I get called to go a lot of the times. You know what I mean? I'm a constitutional law scholar. I'm autodidactic, so I learned everything from scratch myself. After being no-knock rated in 2002, I then started studying Terry versus Ohio. Terry versus Ohio is the linchpin for all hands-on police work with the citizens. Without Terry versus Ohio, there would be no hands-on without probable cause.
Yeah.
And that's the difference, is reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause. You know, I just want to understand you. You and I seem like we can sit down and have a beer, dude, have a burger and watch a football game. So how can you do this? And you and I go have a burger and a brew and watch the Bronco game. Because the Broncos are finally on a comeback, mofo.
I'm not a football fan, man.
No, but I'm on the verge of the football. My Broncos coming back for the first time in years. They've sucked. And
I'm not much of a football fan.
I'm a fair weather football watcher myself. But once in a while, if I sit down with somebody and I want to have, like a break bread with you and be like, hey, get to know you a little bit, let's watch a game and we'll just kind of not pay attention to it.
We'll see you around here, man. If I see you around here, I'll obviously
and talk.
And you talk to you anytime.
No, I want to know, like, hey, thanks for talking to us. I really want to. I keep trying to bridge the gap, but I don't think I make any progress. So, I mean, have you heard of the Mullen Commission? The Knapp Commission? Knapp, or the Wickersham, or the Seabury Commission? I would recommend you go to my website, delete Lawz. Here, keep this card. It's a Fifth Amendment cop card. You can look it up online.
Yeah.
I give a lot of those away. I just give them to people, and I sell a lot of them too. If you read the Mullen Commission, that's what we know about policing. And then you'll see what we see, and you'll be like, okay. But open communication, delete Lawz at Gmail. I'm so easy to find. And listen, I don't like most cops. I'm a mofo to most cops, because what happens is I walk up to film, and then they'll tell me the directive, and I'm a constitutional law scholar.
Get the hell out of here.
Whatever. I'm standing here on a public sidewalk, and they'll say something to me. I'm like, I'm on a public sidewalk. You can't tell me to move my feet 1 inch. You know what I mean? Like, if you need to put up crime tape, or I'm in the middle of a crime scene, then put up the tape. But if not, then you're telling me to move like my dad. And then I'm like,
and that's where the problem starts.
Right, because you can't call yourself a constitutional law scholar and not be one, because people are going to say, well, what do you know? And then you have to teach them what you know. You can't say you're a marksman with that gun, and then I go, oh really? Let's go to the range. And then you're like,
I'm missing everything.
Right. I mean, I would have a private conversation with you and distort your voice. Like, you listen to my channel, dude. I just exposed some cops for being in Ohio just today. And I got 2 cops in Ohio fired, and I got the chief of police fired. I'm a game changer, man. And I want to change this game. I want to change it to an open network camera system.
What do you mean open network? So that everybody can see it, or like
yes,
it's always on?
like the UK. But there's no more law enforcing. There's only peace officer upholding the rights of people who have had their rights stripped. Because if you're going to have cameras for law enforcing, well, then everybody's going to be a criminal constantly. Because I'm not going to wait for that to turn green. I'm going to walk across the street.
Well, you're allowed to jaywalk.
But I shouldn't be allowed to be free. That's what jaywalking is. Now, don't get me wrong. If you step in traffic and they slam on their brakes and causes a big problem, right, then that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're just crossing the street and someone's like, oh, over the line, mark is 0, dude. Do you know the movie? Do you know the movie? The Big Lebowski. You're young, huh? 20s?
Yeah. Late 20s.
Late 40s, brother.
Man.
Late 40s. But my line's always open, dude. My line's always open.
Appreciate it, man.
You
It was good talk.
You can always reach out and talk to me. You can tell me absolutely anything, dude.
We'll be out here tonight, obviously. You might see us again.
I have literally probably 500 conversations recorded on my phone with people who haven't given me permission to air them, and I just, like I said, I don't film victims.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't expose people who don't want me to say their name, because there's a reason why they don't want me to say their name. It's got nothing to do with me. I don't know why they don't want me to say their name, but they don't want me to say their name. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't want themselves revealed. And in policing, I know why you wouldn't want yourself revealed. I know all too well. It could end your...
You said delete what?
Delete Lawz.
Delete Lawz. Cool. And you said you're on YouTube?
I better be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this one live, or what is it?
Oh no, this is recorded. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna air because
that was cool?
No. Because I'd rather develop a relationship with somebody, and there's things that you know that you can tell me that people someday need to hear, or need to hear from a distorted voice. There's someone right there. See, so all I have to do, just so you know, this is called the Hawthorne effect.
The Hawthorne effect?
Look it up, called the Hawthorne. I'm pretty educated, man. It's pretty sick. The Hawthorne effect.
I'll look it up right now. I gotta go back to the station.
When you take your camera, and you'll be able to do this yourself, I'll tell you what you can do. If you really want to have some fun, Barrio, here's what you can do. The next time you're
Lawz, right?
delete Lawz with a Z. The next time you're on a scene with somebody and they're acting nutty, pull out your camera and point it and say,
We already have one. They're always
no.
We're on scene.
No. We know that's on, but it's not the same as going.
Cell phone?
No. This changes people's behavior. Read about the Hawthorne effect. That's what I just did to that copper that drove by. She went like this, and I went, "How you doing?" And then she drew the Hawthorne effect. Nice talking to you, brother. God bless you. That was awesome. That was fucking awesome. That was awesome. That was an awesome conversation. I'm gonna cut this. I'll see you guys on the next one later, Gators.